Here at the Ohio River Museum on Front Street. And we will be touring the W.P. Snyder at 12:30. You want to get a good idea what the wharf looked like down there? Look, that's what the Ohio looked like before all the dams.
Oh.
The Ohio was very small, the island was there, Muskingum was much smaller. And there is the wharf on Front Street.
You can see
In
the
green.
layers.
Yep. You can see how low the river was back then.
What is this? This is the Pioneer.
The next building is outside.
I know there's stuff out here too.
Hold on.
They're separate buildings.
Yes, they're separate buildings. Probably an old steam calliope to go with this.
It's from the state.
Oh, it's the piano.
Oh, look at this. All different ones here.
You want to go look in the theater? Get a little orientation.
Notable river people, including the Green family, who later ran Green Line steamers
Lots to see.
out of town.
It's a little fuzzy.
I thought it was me and my glasses.
Powerhouse at Lot 17 above Reno, Ohio, with the Snyder and its quarter boat just entering the lock.
I sat right back on the right part of that quarter boat. I didn't see us. I didn't see us on it. I mean, that was on our way down from Pittsburgh. We should be on it.
There we go.
The entertainment continues. Mr. Munns of Crucible Steel was playing the banjo.
This is a trip down.
The landing at
See how much lower it was
Mm-hmm.
before the dam?
to discharge the passengers and leave the quarter boat.
This is what I
That's
saw.
Lafayette.
Yes, Cupcake, that's the landing.
There's the Snyder family walking up after 5 enjoyable days on their namesake boat.
That's where I walked off. I'm probably in there somewhere. Wow, neat old footage.
How old were you?
5.
5. And it was his last voyage.
Yes. Then they backed it off and brought it up the Muskingum.
Snyder's backing out from the Marietta landing and turning
They've disconnected the barge in front.
Muskingum River. This is a view through the lattice work of the B&O Railroad Bridge.
You know where that's at? There's the lock and dam number 1 that's not there anymore.
And Dam 1 in the Muskingum River.
Did you used to watch the boats go through the locks?
We did. There weren't many. This was the last steamboat on the river. But small boats went up.
Muskingum.
Scout house is right up there to the right.
From Marietta to Zanesville.
There's the dam,
And at
old
one
dam number
time
1.
carried a lot of boat traffic between Marietta and the Ohio Erie Canal above Zanesville.
It's the old Putnam Street Bridge. See, it was a swing too.
Snyder is now moving up to its final resting place at Sacraville.
Where it is now.
Look at all those woods right
Later
there.
at
Yeah.
Washington Street.
Which we're now.
We have to see the
September
beginning.
10th, September 12th, 1955.
I was 5 years old in July of that year. So this was a film of the trip that I took bringing the Snyder down from Pittsburgh.
W.P. Snyder Jr. was given to the state of Ohio in 1955.
Watch the time for me.
The video followed
It's only
a
12.
portion of the delivery trip and what was going on the trip down 90 miles from Wheeling to Marietta. This is a
Did
view
you guys
of
take a
the
boat to
W.P.
Wheeling?
Snyder Jr. tied
A
up
car.
at the
A car?
landing at Wheeling Island, West Virginia. The boat has been there overnight en route to Marietta, Ohio. This view is taken from the Wheeling Suspension Bridge, and there's certainly a lot of beautiful smoke going up there. The firemen charge of the boiler. They're looking for a place to put the elk horns, a sign of speed on the old packet boats and stern wheel towboats, which is the W.P. Snyder. Towboats don't tow, towboats push barges. We're turning around here to go under the Wheeling Bridge, which was originally built in 1849. There's the bridge pier, still used today. It was the first suspension bridge over the Ohio River. The Snyder was pushing a quarter boat, which was used for keeping supplies and box lunches and so forth, and even a photo shop and a general catch-all for the 100.
And the quarter boat is where Grandpa and Grandma Kane, my Grandpa and Grandma Kane, sat with me as we came down the river. There was a Coke machine out on the front right-hand side that I hung around a lot. C. William O'Neill, the state senator, or he might have been a U.S. senator at that time, also sat with us, and I sat on his lap.
And so the coal pile is a little low. In fact, we just barely had enough coal to get up to the landing in Marietta. This is looking back up the Ohio River from a place called Pipe Creek. Pipe Creek comes in from the left-hand side, or Ohio side of the river, and is a narrow point on the Ohio River between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Water for navigation in the Ohio River has been held its depth by movable dams which were completed in 1929. We're making a turn below Moundsville and headed for a Lock 14, which was down near Clarington, Ohio. We finally found a place to put up the antlers, a signature of speed. This is looking down at the lock chamber at Lock 14.
See how big the Ohio locks are?
School has been let out for the afternoon just to watch the Snyder go by.
Must have been a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Look at the school buses.
Yeah.
And a band, it was a very big
School
thing.
band, or River High School band, is entertaining. Tall gentleman holding his hat is J. Mac Gamble. There's J. Mac Gamble. Talking to Fred Way on the left and Donald T. Wright with a bald head. Looking back at the lock wall as the boat has been lowered to the lower pond. This is the engine room of the Snyder. And there's the main valve, throttle valve of the steam engines, which generates 750 horsepower. Valve gear, we had a little entertainment by the lucky passengers.
I do. Where are we sitting? We're right over there on the right. Right there on that right.
Going to listen to the entertainment.
That might have been Grandpa in that hat on the back there.
Passing Hannibal, Ohio. And Mac Gamble is waving at some of his former students. Another view of the antlers in their place of honor. The boat spent the night in Lock 16 at Beavertown, Ohio. The guests were hauled by bus down to Marietta and given quarters in the local hotel, entertainment and good meals provided. There's a group of the passengers. Gentleman in the white coat is Tom Kenny, who is one of the pilots on the boat coming down. This is Bill Reed, the tall fellow who is an artist, a painter of steamboats, and also head of the art department in a Pittsburgh high school. This attractive lady was an employee of Crucible Steel and made all the arrangements for this 5-day excursion to Marietta. Dean Cornwell on the right likes the look of the lady from Crucible Steel.
Mm.
Irwin Zepp, president of the Ohio Historical Society. Fred Way in the white cap was the honorary captain on the boat for the trip down. Ben Kane
There's Grandpa King
was
in the hat.
mayor of Marietta, and he's on
Maybe
the
you
boat.
down
He
there.
was
It is.
Little blonde head.
Yeah,
responsibility
that was
he
Grandpa
had
King.
when he tied up in Marietta.
I didn't see me.
I think because you were so short.
Yeah.
The old gentleman with blowing hair is Jake Ryder.
I've never seen this CBO enjoy this.
I wonder if we can find it on YouTube.
I bet we can.
We'll try to find it.
It's kind of blurry, but it's okay.
Well, it's probably
So you
on-
know, now know which hat he was wearing.
Ryder from Columbus, Ohio. And let's see. After being tied all night on the lock wall at Lock and Dam 16, the Snyder is backed out.
See the
into
quarter boat?
river,
Mhm.
and you can get a good view of the quarter boat and the.
Look over to the right.
Into the lock.
Sitting right there, there's Grandma Kane, there's O'Neill,
Yeah.
and I was around there somewhere.
This is departure from Lock
It's just very
16.
blurry.
Mhm.
Probably old movies.
It's old, yeah, old
Passengers
8mm.
having been brought up from
All
Marietta
spliced
by
together,
bus
people
Yeah.
taking movies.
and then to return by boat.
This is the Ohio
Mhm.
Historical Society, so we can look up.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's on Facebook. I mean, on.
This is a view from the Ohio side, looking up the Ohio, and the Snyder is just passing
It's
the
moving.
island above St. Mary's, West Virginia.
Looks like we might have gone up by Greyhound bus.
Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds
Steamboats
like.
were deceptive in the
I guess I don't
amount
know.
of
You were so
miles
little
they
then and all.
put over the river in a day's time.
You're touching my dead spot. It feels weird. It just feels weird.
Snyder was making probably 8
That's
or
okay.
10 miles an
Mhm.
hour. This view taken from the Silver Bridge at
Sitting up front,
St. Mary's.
Silver Bridge fell into the river.
Like people are waving.
Yeah.
Because people are probably standing on the bridge waving. And this is all spliced from people taking
Mhm.
different.
Another view of the from the Silver Bridge. The boat is headed downriver to pass Newport, Ohio, home of a number
This is
of
about where we came in.
notable river people, including the Green family, who later ran Green Line steamers out of Cincinnati. Powerhouse at Lock 17 above Reno, Ohio, with the Snyder
And we were sitting right out on front.
Right there in the bottom.
Bottom on the right. Up against the wall.
They don't show all
I'm looking for the Coke machine. It would have been on that side.
of it.
Would have been on that side.
You were fixated on that Coke
I love the
machine.
Coke machine.
I'm sure you
Little bottles, 5-cent bottles.
I'm sure they were giving you 5 cents, weren't they? To keep you
I think it
happy.
was free for the trip.
Was it?
Yeah.
The entertainment continues.
Hold that for me.
Mr. Munn of Crucible Steel was playing the banjo.
Wow.
We've already seen this.
Yeah, they like to hang around. Usually let the kids use the parks. We used to be in the big box.
These are the boilers.
Big box, pull it down in there, and then it suck it out. All right, well, welcome. We are now inside the W.P. Snyder Jr. It was built in 1918. It worked continuously up until it was brought here in 1955, when they shut it off, and it's never been turned on since. It has left this spot twice before, but it was towed. So it has not been on since September 16th, 1955. And it will probably never be turned back on. Could you probably turn it back on? Well, if you have a couple $1 million for repairs, I'm sure you could. But we don't have that kind of stuff. That's why it's here. There were 23 people on the boat at all times. They worked in shifts. Alright, so you had basically
Did you get a chance to go down here when you were?
welcome to the engine room. It is self-explanatory. It is where the engines are. You'll see both of them on one side and then on the other. These are steam engines. They were run on steam. They had some furnaces. And there's
Just
this.
curious, we live on the Delaware, near the Delaware, and you can see.
I would reckon it's, I mean, I'm no river expert. I never lived by one.